This video is named What is Strategy? And it's actually the first true video where we really start to talk about what our course is all about. Although I've got it named What is Strategy, I'll probably have, or I will have, a part 1 and a part 2 for this video, as really we've got too much information here that can be done in just 10 minutes. So first, what I want to do is I want to share my screen. And here, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this particular PowerPoint. And so here, looking at the PowerPoint, we see that our name here, again, what is strategy? Our first set of slides there are actually paintings. And you say, well, why do we have these paintings? What do these paintings mean? And so my question to you is, what do these paintings have in common with winning strategy? So who do we have here? First on the left, we have El Greco and St. Martin and the Beggar that was painted in 1599. Next, we have Sandro Botticelli, who painted Venus and Mars in 1483. Next is Portrait of a Gentleman by Antonio Moro, painted in 1561. Then again, we have Birth of Venus, painted by Botticelli in 1485. Finally, we have Lady with an Ermine in 1490. So you see, what do they have in common? You start to see my taste in art, for one. But the greater reason what these have in common is that these paintings are all considered to be masterpieces. So what I propose to you is to consider a winning strategy as well to be a masterpiece. So when we think of strategy, we think of strategy as art. And so strategy is an art that uses established tools to achieve a certain goal. So like an artist will use or choose to use a specific brush, a specific type of paint, a specific mixing of colors, a specific medium to achieve his or her masterpiece. So does the strategist. That winning strategist does what? It chooses a specific fundamental path to follow, a specific set of questions to answer, a specific connected chain of activities to implement so that he or she can achieve his masterpiece. The other item that we have here is great corporations, great organizations do what? They choose to win rather than just to play. And we see that our choices today become our reality for tomorrow. So why is this important? When a firm chooses only to participate rather than to win, the firm is not going to do what? Is not going to make those tough choices, those significant investments that are going to make winning a true possibility. So think of GM and think of Saturn, where GM did not make those tough choices to invest in Saturn. Saturn was a perfectly good car. Saturn is no longer being produced. It's because GM did not make those tough choices. So when we think of a firm choosing to win, we think of the attitude. So think of the football players that are coming out onto the field. Think of the soccer players that are coming out onto the field. How do they do it? They run through the banner going, yay, 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 yay. We're going to win with that sense of urgency, that belief that they are there to make a difference, to make a change, to win. That is what we are looking for. The next thing that we notice is now we're asking what's not strategy. We're going to talk about what is strategy in a moment, but first we have to determine what is not strategy. We see that strategy is not vision. Why is strategy not vision? Because vision does not show you what are the choices of the businesses to be in. Which business should we be in? Strategy is not planning, because planning does not specify how we are going to sustain our competitive advantage. Strategy is not optimization of status quo, because you might be optimizing the wrong activities. Strategy is not following the best practices, because the best thing that can do is lead you to sameness, which is, according to Michael Porter, one of the greatest sins of strategy. So at best, what can you do? You can be operationally efficient, but that is not strategy. Strategy is not growing faster. Strategy is not building market share. Growing faster and building market share is an outcome of strategy, but it is of good strategy, but it is not the strategy. It is a result of strategy. So you say, what is strategy? Strategy is actually the answer to 5 questions. And so those 5 questions are: what is your winning aspiration? Where should you play? How can you win in your chosen market? What capabilities must be in place to win there? And what are the management systems there? McKinsey, the consulting company, there's a quote from someone that I read from McKinsey, I've forgotten what it was, and it said that strategy involves understanding possible futures to inform your present day decisions. So thinking of our first question, what is our first question is, what is our winning aspiration? So that is so key, and it's something that we don't think about. What does it mean? It means, why does your business matter? What is the purpose for your firm? What are the customer needs that you are fulfilling? Determine who your customers are, and then that will help you determine how to win. But it's understanding what is that reason for your company being. Why are you in existence? And then once you determine why you're in existence and which customers' needs you are fulfilling, then you can determine where is it that you should play. What is your playing field? And so your playing field is what? It's the geographies. It's where physically are you selling? Is it local? Is it state? Is it national? Is it international? It's product categories. It's consumer demographics segments. It's actually the distribution channels, the sales channels. Are you online? Are you a specialty store? Are you a general store? What are the vertical stages of production? So determining what the regions are, determining who those customers are, determining what your products, determining what your channels are, determining the stages of production that are going to fit well with each other, that reinforce each other, that fit with each other. That is what your where to play question comes into. So the critical question for a where to play is, who is your consumer? What is the job to be done? Why is the consumer making the choice that he or she is making? And so when we decide where to play, notice that we can as well do what? We can play, we can compete with a dominant competitor if we do what? If we can deliver new and distinct value. So you have to compete in a different way for different competitors, for different products, according to Porter. So let me stop this and we'll start our next video.